It's been a typically frantic start to the derby, the fourth derby meeting of these two this season. Direct ball lifted forward for the run of Dan Carr, right in front of those Bohemian supporters, held up by Casey. Still with Carr, 4 in the penalty area if he can engineer across from here. Got Aaron Bolger on the edge as well. Bolger clips it towards the back post, Kustrain's header. And he carries wide of Supple's left-hand post. Well-constructed move from Shamrock Rovers. Excellent work from Dan Carr. He crossed from Bolger as well, but the header wide. Hoisted forward by Buckley. Chance for Rovers to build from the back again. Dylan Watts. Carr has made an excellent run and he's kept himself onside. Moving over towards that corner flag. Pender scurrying to get there and get touch tight. He's touch tight and then some. Carr holding on and pirouetting away. Excellent from Dan Carr. Options on the inside. Aaron Green. An excellent tackle right when it needed to be from Dara Leahy, the man who famously scored the 99th minute winner here on Bohemians' last visit. That is more accustomed then, but it was superb from Carr. Spun away from Pender, got his head up and cross in. Well-timed challenge from Leahy. Here's Lunny now, who's been revelling in this central midfield role. Afforded him by Keith Long. Pender rolls it forward. Kelly in off that right-hand side. He's away from Kavanagh, and he's quick. Daniel Kelly committing. Lopez now. Oh, big appeals from Bohemians players. And the referee Neil Doyle and his assistant far side say goal kick. Well, whose was the final touch? It might have been Kelly's, but it doesn't look like Roberto Lopez played any of the ball here. Should have been a penalty, but not given. Lunny, plenty of space to stride into again as Aaron Bolger is caught between he and Keith Ward. And Lunny looks to this left-hand side, which has been a profitable avenue for them in the first half. Leahy, that's for the run of Devaney, who ghosted in behind Aaron Green and forced Lopez to concede the corner. Signal given by Devaney. Deep cross, Leahy's up. Oh, clawing save from Manis. Excellent stop from the Rovers goalkeeper. Well, there were two Bohemians players attacking this, Leahy and Morris. That's a fine save. Throw in deep in Bohemians territory. Hammered away by Casey, back in by Watts. Aaron Green, great first touch, but he ripples only the side netting. He's not had too many sights of goal. Aaron Green coming in off that right-hand side in support of Dan Carr. First touch excellence. Angle too tight in terms of beating Supple. Lunny, plenty of touches for him. He's given this one away though. Picked up by the Rovers substitute Greg Bolger. And he's got a runner on the right-hand side, Kustrain. Carr inside him. Leahy getting back, Morris sliding in. And now it's Rovers fans' turn to appeal for a penalty. Not too much from the Rovers players, which might tell its own story. Certainly not as clear-cut, that one. Bolger available. And to his left on the inside is Watts. Finn ahead of him. Watts instead looking out to the right-hand side. Boyle forward from right back. Kustrain goes, little look. Dan Carr on the inside. Dan Carr! Oh, how close was that? Scored a brilliantly acrobatic goal here in the meeting of the two sides earlier in the season. Great build-up play from Rovers. Clever pick-out from Kustrain. Carr with a chance to steady himself and wrap that right foot around it. What's available? Nathan Boyle making a run in from that right-hand side. Ambitious ball. Unable to pull it off Dylan Watts. Corcoran seen off by Lopez. That looks short, and Joey O'Brien forced into a crunching challenge on Buckley, and Buckley's back on his feet and he's picked out Ward, bearing down on goal. Here comes Lopez, superb cover tackle, but Stokes picks up the pieces. Chance is still there, and Bohemians lead the derby. 4 minutes off the bench, and Owen Stokes, who's making this happy knack of scoring off the bench for Keith Long, has done it again. Superb from Buckley. New Bohemians had numbers here. Lopez with a great recovery tackle, tried to get back on his feet. Ward might have been clever there, still needed finishing, and that is superb from Owen Stokes. Ice cool, rolls it across Manis into the bottom corner. Worked out to the left-hand side. Kavanagh touches it inside to Finn. Derby meeting so far have seen Rovers lead and Bohemians strike back for 2 wins and a draw. Is there a response now for a Rovers side who find themselves behind? Bolger. It's not to sling it into the penalty area, goes instead for Dylan Watts. Buckley comes out to meet him. Watts' efforts. Comfortable save for Shane Supple, and he's had a comfortable evening. Might have expected to be busier, Shane Supple in Tala, but that back four has protected him superbly tonight, and this effort from Watts in the end was a tame one. Well, he knows they're edging ever closer to another big Derby result. Long throw to come from Ethan Boyle. Winds up, launches it into the penalty area, breaks for Brandon Kavanagh. Superb tackle from Dara Leahy. Well, it might have been last ditch, but it was to perfection from Leahy here. Wrong side, wrapped his left foot around it, clean tackle. Dumped out of the cup in Drogheda. And the final whistle sounds. It's a dismal result for Shamrock Rovers as Bohemians win the Derby again. Fittingly, the game finishes in front of those travelling supporters. Owen Stokes' goal, 68 minutes in, proving enough. And the Derby, well, it's been Bohemians this season. 10 points out of 12. They've won again in Tala by 1-0.
Yeah, it was a poor game again in terms of, like you said, creating chances for both teams. But we had a lapse of concentration and we were fully in control of the ball for the goal, and that's the most disappointing thing. If they cut you open, it's fair enough, but we were in control and we give away a sloppy pass and it cost us.
It was a good win for us tonight. Obviously, coming here again to Tala to win. That's a clean slate this year against Rovers. You know, I thought we were the better team. I thought we deserved the 3 points, and you know, I thought we were good value for a 1-0 win here.